Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So it's your boy Brock Tactical coming at you today. So I'm putting the video out. Excuse the mess in the background. So today this is going to be the video basically based on realizing when you're in a threat, a bad situation, and what to do about it, how to respond, how not to respond. So let's get into it. So not too long ago, there were 5 individuals that tried breaking in to this exact place that I am standing in right now, and they tried forcing themselves in by using a woman, and the other 4 were dudes. And believe it or not, they were slick. They were meth heads. So they used her as a ruse to get, into the door. And then they just bombarded, just started coming in, and one of the gentlemen, this is the scary part, had a firearm. To be more specific, I'm pretty sure it was a 22. He had a 22. It was a 22 revolver. So before that, though, I hit him in the face, and then I saw him with this firearm, coming out of the back with it, and that's when I hurry up and I drew, and I told everybody, I said, get the fuck back, everybody. Yes, I was hot, and I was at the ready. There was one in the chamber. I didn't have to pull out and rack. I was already ready. I backed everybody up. They were all calling names and, you're a pussy, you're this, you're that, But at the end of the day, I held them there at gunpoint, and I called the police. I gave them plenty of breaks. I could have proceeded to have let them fully enter the home, like all the way in, and just shot them, all 5 of them. And I don't, that brings you to the question of, where you draw the line. Well, they were in the doorway, so it was like, I definitely could have shot the dude with the firearm, but like I said, that's why I say practice, and get at the ready, because you never know when you're gonna have to, pull your firearm. So you need to practice that draw. When he came out with his, I was able to beat him, to the draw, because they didn't see that I was carrying, So once I did that, they all backed up. Had their hands up, I said, don't move. I said, and this dude was actually stupid enough to go back for the firearm on the floor after I, cleared, drew, had him at gunpoint, told him, if you go for that firearm, you will be shot. He was dumb enough to go for it. So I kicked it away from him. I said, you go for it one more time. I said, and you actually pick it up. I said, go, you will be shot. I was mad. I was in my feelings a little bit too, but I was mainly under control. That's one of the number 1 things. Never lose control of the situation. That day, I did not lose control of the situation. I was alert. I was ready. I responded correctly. Obviously, I was in the right, which is why I still have my gun. I still have my permit. They asked if I wanted to press charges. Personally, me, I just said that, I wanted them to get a restraining order versus them not to come back within 100 feet of the property. Other than that, I really didn't want to press charges, because, I don't want to go to court, and deal with a bunch of crap. I don't have money for that, and nor do I have the time. I was in the right. I did what I had to do. Haven't seen him since. But this is a good situation, an example of why, if you can carry, you should carry. Had I not had my gun that day, even though, you know, I beat him to the draw and was able to get hit, you know, knock that firearm out of his hand, you know, I mean, because everybody was just so focused on entering the home, you know, I was able to get, you know, even at gunpoint, you know, when he was here, I had him here, you know, he still tried to, like, you know, reach around, so I hurried up while I had him here, you know, and I got that firearm out of his hand, you know, before he could fully make a quick draw. So he had that draw, and, you know, I saw it, and he was presenting it, so I did what I did. I should have shot him, but instead I removed it from his, you know, I removed it from his hand while still having him at gunpoint. So that takes some training, of course, years of training, but I did what I had to do, and I think I didn't have to shoot anybody. That is the main key that I really feel deeply, is that I didn't have to shoot anyone. It could have gone the opposite. I mean, you know, had I just been trained only with my gun and not trained in, you know, any other martial art, I would have probably he would have definitely been shot. I would have definitely shot him. Like, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie. If I hadn't had prior training, you know, not just my gun training, but martial art training, I would have definitely had fired on him. I gave that man like 3 breaks. He got hit in the face for it for sure, pretty hard. And that's when they all wanted to start going. Well, the person that did have a firearm, you know, that's when he wanted to start going for presenting a firearm. So I had my girlfriend, you know, with me, and, you know, I couldn't allow anything to happen to her or me. So, you know, I just had to present that firearm. You know, you have to come out with that quick draw, and you have to be at the ready, you know, and you have to speak. You know, I spoke, and hey, nobody move. Everybody stay right, you know, raise your voice. Give commands. You are in charge. You have the gun. You know, you are in charge. These are criminals. These people, you know what I'm saying, are entering your home. So always remember that. You call out the commands. If they don't do as you say, you know, they better be fleeing. Because if they do anything other than what you're telling them to do, don't move, stay where you're at. If they flee, that's a good thing. But if they're not fleeing and they're choosing to do something else, back up, you know what I'm saying, and fire, you know? Do what you have to do to live and protect those around you. And that's what I did. So, I'm standing here today, no scratch on me, my girlfriend is safe, and all went well. Just, you gotta be ready for whatever. So, that's why I always say, practice, practice, practice. Practice your draw. You know, practice coming out of that holster. You know, and do it slow, you know, do it slow, do it slow. Practice everything slow until you got it down. First, go to the range, make sure you know how to shoot, but the distance that they are at, it'd be a little hard not to miss. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, that's how quick, you know, you come out. I mean, that's how quick, I came out, you know, so I was able to beat him to that, you know, but you just never know what's going to happen. So practice your draw, practice it, practice your aiming, practice your shooting, and by all means, please practice, you know, your martial arts training. You know, you come out, you're at the ready, always got a gun, boom, hey, don't move. You know, hey, if you went for it again, kick the gun, don't go for it again, and thank God he didn't, you know, and, you know, we're all alive and we're all here today. So, if you don't have one, get your permit, and train, or at least just go get trained. Martial art wise, always have a neck knife. Had I not had my gun on me, I definitely would have used this for sure. I didn't even have to get, I'm just glad it didn't come down to that. So always be prepared, always, you know, focus on the objective, which is for you and your loved ones to live. Wake up breathing and not hurt or in the hospital. sometimes it happens, but I mean, do everything you can to prepare for that not to happen. So, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go, and until the next one, it's your boy Brock Tactical coming at you, and I wish I was making this video under more fun and better circumstances, but it is what it is. Take care. God bless.